But now let's focus on a man who has, dominated much of the early transfer talk this summer. That is Bryan Mbeumo. Will he be following Thomas Frank out of Brentford? And if so, will it be to Spurs or will it be to Manchester United? We spoke to the player yesterday, and you'll have seen that with us, I'm sure. Wasn't giving too much away, was he? Let's, before we come to the Spurs angle on this, get the Manchester United perspective with you, Mark. Linked with him for some time. They've got competition from Tottenham Hotspur. How confident are they of getting their man?
Well, Manchester United will be supremely confident of getting a player that they've identified as someone that can massively improve that attack at Old Trafford. We know that they're relaxed about their pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo. In fact, really, he had turned down other Premier League sides to get to the point where Manchester United were lodging bids for Bryan Mbeumo. Their first offer was rejected, which we understand to be around £55 million. But they know that Bryan Mbeumo has effectively chosen Manchester United. Now, we say effectively, that was at the point maybe a week, 10 days ago, when there were the teams at the table and he said, right, thanks very much for everyone's interest, but I've decided to go to Manchester United. I know Michael is going to interrupt me in a minute and say, hang on a second, things have changed at one North London club in the last few days, and therefore could that change the destination of Bryan Mbeumo? He has 1 year left on his Brentford contract, but the club do have an additional year, so therefore it's effectively a 2-year deal that would get Bryan Mbeumo out of his contract.
Manchester United have sent shockwaves through the football world with 2 blockbuster signings, as Sky Sports News confirms that Sporting Lisbon's prolific striker Viktor Gyokeres has officially joined the Red Devils, alongside Brentford's dynamic winger Bryan Mbeumo. These high-profile acquisitions, announced on June 29, 2025, mark a significant step in manager Ruben Amorim's mission to transform United into Premier League title contenders for the 2025-26 season. Below, we provide a comprehensive overview of these transfers, their implications for United's squad, and the latest updates from the transfer market, addressing the complexities and contradictions in recent reports about Gyökeres' links to Arsenal. Sky Sports News and Manchester Evening News report that Manchester United have finalized the signing of Viktor Gyokeres, the 27-year-old Swedish striker who scored an astonishing 54 goals in all competitions for Sporting Lisbon last season. The deal is valued at approximately €80 million, £68.1 million, though earlier reports from the Mirror suggested a potential fee of €70 million, £60 million plus £10 million in add-ons, based on a gentleman's agreement with Sporting. Despite recent speculation linking Gyökeres to Arsenal, including claims of an agreed deal with the Gunners, Sky Sports News, June 27, 2025, United's late push, driven by Gyökeres' desire to reunite with Amorim, has secured his signature. Team Talk exclusively revealed that Gyökeres expressed a clear preference for Manchester United, citing his successful tenure under Amorim at Sporting, where he netted 97 goals in 102 appearances. The striker's contract reportedly includes a salary of £170,000 per week plus bonuses, making him one of United's top earners. Negotiations were complicated by Sporting's initial demand for the full €100 million release clause, but Football Insider 247 indicates that United leveraged evidence of a lower agreed fee, facilitated by Gyökeres' agent, Hassan Sedinkaya, to seal the deal. The confirmation of Gyökeres' move to United contradicts earlier reports, such as those from these reports suggested Arsenal were close to a €70 million deal, with Gyökeres prioritizing a move to the Emirates. However, the Standard and caught offside note that Arsenal's focus shifted to RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, potentially allowing United to capitalize on Gyökeres' availability. The U-turn, as reported by the Mirror on June 27, 2025, was driven by Amorim's personal intervention and United's improved financial offer, despite their lack of Champions League football. Gyökeres' arrival addresses United's desperate need for a clinical number 9. His physicality, sharp movement, and ability to link play, honed under Amorim's possession-based system, make him an ideal fit for United's revamped attack. Football.London highlights his 39 league goals in the 2024-25 Primera Liga season, which earned him the Player of the Year award, as evidence of his potential to transform United. In addition to Gyökeres, Sky Sports News and Manchester Evening News confirm that Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo has signed for Manchester United in a £60 million deal, following advanced negotiations reported earlier in June. The 26-year-old Cameroonian winger, who contributed 9 goals and 6 assists in the 2024-25 Premier League season, brings versatility and dynamism to United's flanks. The Sun notes that United's second bid from Mbeumo, following an initial approach, was enough to convince Brentford, who have identified potential replacements. Mbeumo's signing was initially thought to jeopardize United's pursuit of Gyökeres, with ex-posts at Semiraronic claiming the Gyökeres deal would be automatically off due to budget constraints. However, ESPN reports that United's cost-cutting measures, including potential sales of Jadon Sancho and Alejandro Garnacho, provided the financial flexibility to secure both players. Mbeumo's ability to play on either wing or as a second striker complements Gyökeres' focal point role, offering Amorim tactical flexibility in a 3-4-2-1 or 4-2-3-1 formation. The discrepancy appears to stem from Arsenal's simultaneous pursuit of Sesko, which may have slowed their negotiations with Sporting. The Standard notes that Sporting's identification of Franjo Ivanovic as a replacement signaled their willingness to sell Gyökeres, but United's swift action and Amorim's influence proved decisive. Caught Offside suggests that Arsenal's focus on other targets, such as Ebereki Eze and Nico Williams, further opened the door for United. The confirmation of Gyökeres' United move by Sky Sports News on June 29, 2025, puts these Arsenal rumours to rest, though it highlights the fluidity of the transfer market. The signings of Gyökeres and Mbeumo transform United's attack, addressing the goalscoring and creative deficiencies that plagued their 2024-25 season. Gyökeres is expected to lead the line, potentially relegating Rasmus Højlund to a rotational role, while Mbeumo's versatility allows him to compete with Rashford and Amad Diallo on the wings. Team Talk describes the duo as a dream pairing for Amorim, whose familiarity with Gyökeres will ease his integration. To fund these deals, United may offload players like Sancho, who is linked with Fenerbahce, or Garnacho, whose recent controversies have fueled exit rumours, Sky Sports. Manchester Evening News also reports interest in Leicester's Wilfred Ndidi, whose £9 million release clause could bolster the midfield, further balancing the squad. The combined £128 million spent on Gyökeres and Mbeumo reflects United's ambition to close the gap to rivals like Manchester City and Arsenal. However, their lack of Champions League football remains a concern, as Gyökeres had previously prioritised clubs with European competition. The Mirror. Amorim's tactical nous and United's financial backing have overcome this hurdle, positioning the club for a strong 2025-26 campaign. With Gyökeres and Mbeumo confirmed,